In this episode, Yulia challenges Alfa-Bank, who is her main ally in the fight. How does sports help against debt?
This is how I sit down. And
Why can tarot cards know the answer that's not in the financial reports? Oh,
I was starting to think you wouldn't come today. Today is yet another day when we're trying to somehow survive with our huge loan. I thought maybe instead of just having phone negotiations with the banks, I should actually go to the Alfa-Bank office. And right now we're going to do just that together. Let's go to Alfa-Bank. Dear friends, you've been watching us for 3 weeks now as we build a business, fight our debts, and basically try to survive. But you don't know that much about me. I have a family, I have children. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time, but I've never faced such big challenges before. Everything was relatively smooth. The books always balanced. And now, to be completely honest, this is probably the very first time in my entire life that I have to deal with such incredibly serious circumstances. If you are asking me how my typical mornings usually go, I would say they are always pretty intense and hectic. This is because, just like any other hardworking woman out there, I have to take my young kids to their school and kindergarten every single day. After that, I make a nutritious breakfast for everyone. I get myself ready for the workday ahead. I drive through the traffic to get to work. I finally arrive at the office, and then I head straight to the cafeteria with the whole team to start our day together. So basically, it's just an ordinary woman's life. To say that I manage to do everything, that I even have time for myself in the evening. And well, I don't manage to do anything for my child. The child sits with the phone. I scold him. The child starts crying. I start crying. My mom starts crying. So basically, that's more or less what the life of a woman who is currently rebuilding a company looks like. And I'm not going to pretend or say that everything is harmonious. Nothing is harmonious. It's very hard, and I just hope that by New Year's we'll be able to resolve all the financial issues. As for the operational ones, I'll somehow manage to catch up. Everyone says that nowadays a leader has to be a social media star, and supposedly then everything will work out for the brand. Well, I don't even know yet how to handle this task as well. So it turns out that on the one hand, I have to deal with management issues and financial issues. And on top of that, be a social media star. I'm not really into dancing. I don't like doing sports, and I don't have time for it either. Marina, are you sure this audience will be interested? If Marina says it will boost sales, then for the sake of sales, I'm even willing to record reels on the treadmill. My mom, she has taken on the main burden of the situation right now, and she's handling most of the household matters, taking care of things, picking up the child from school. In general, she helps in every possible way. That's why I feel such a strong and reliable support in my mom, and I'm incredibly grateful to her for giving me this opportunity. And right now I'm completely immersed in work. I don't know if I'll be able to keep doing this in the future, but I think at some point I'll eventually start to delegate some of my responsibilities within the office. Especially since we have some great people on our team. I think you all see them. But for now, I'm doing what no one else can do. For some reason today, when I got out of the car, I just felt like everything was going to go well today. I'm actually full of hope. I don't know, maybe it's not entirely justified, but I suddenly felt like we really might succeed. And the building is so beautiful. By the way, this is the ship house on Tulskaya for a big ship, a big voyage, and I think everything will work out for us. Let me put it this way, it's such a huge humiliation, as if someone just trampled right into my soul, right into my heart. It's really painful when you get rejected. Like the pigeons, I'll probably just stand here shivering in the rain. I'm standing on Tulskaya near Alfa-Bank, and once again I've been rejected. Just like these pigeons have nowhere to go or fly, right? No one really feeds them, and it's the same for me. I'm just giving them my breakfast. That's how it is. Well, even though I didn't get the loan this time, I'm still going to be a good person. They asked if I have any friends. Half of my friends told me, "Stop, Yulia." Well, maybe these will be my friends now. To stop, I won't. If this bank refused, then I'll just go to another one. If I have to call 1,000 banks, I'll probably call 1,000 banks. But I'm not just going to sit around and do nothing. In a way, yes? Now my social circle has gotten even smaller, maybe because people are afraid I'll start borrowing money from them, but I don't know, that fear does exist. I'd like to reassure everyone because we're asking the bank for money, not individuals. So for now, we're just hoping that everything will turn out well. Today I went to Alfa-Bank where we have an account. We also have another loan there that we're paying off, but we were refused again. You sit there explaining things to the manager, he asks questions, obviously he's following a script. He has to ask you this set of questions. You answer honestly, explain that you don't drink or smoke, that you generally lead a normal lifestyle, that you're building a beauty brand and that you need the money for new collections. But in the end, some artificial intelligence just crosses you out anyway. Just like that, a big red X, it tells you, not allowed, not worthy. In my case, it happened that we brought a lot of products to Wildberries in advance. We have quite a lot of products sitting there, and when I say, well, our sales are fine, we're doing well, he replies, and that's exactly why you dumped all your unsellable stock on Wildberries. That really hurt me. Why? You can make such judgments even though you know nothing about me or our situation, but since you're the one who decides whether or not to give the money, this was already an analyst. But this wasn't at Alfa-Bank, it was at another bank, but it was an analyst. Even if you have the power and it's up to you to decide whether to grant a loan or not, I think you should never speak to someone so coldly and arrogantly about how bad they supposedly are. I wonder maybe later they'll watch this show and they'll tell people, Yulia called me, asked for a loan, and I refused her. Well, maybe that's how it will be. Someday I'll tell you about the circumstances we found ourselves in. They were quite extensive, actually. Maybe we'll make a separate video on this topic. But I can say that we have an absolutely amazing accountant. By the way, he has 5 children. Her name is Nadezhda, by the way. Nadezhda, if you're watching, I love and appreciate you very much. And she's constantly under a lot of stress because she's exactly the kind of person who, is like a mother in a big family. When you can't buy clothes for all the kids, but she somehow manages to sort everything out wisely. Give shorts to one, a shirt to another, something else to someone else. In general, like pack something in a lunchbox for this one, give 10 rubles to that one. But if it were not for our brilliant accountant, we probably would have ended up in some kind of hole. We still have debts that piled up back when we were just starting out. And so little by little, it kept piling up and piling up. We had an extremely successful year. 22-24. In 2024, I mentioned that we actually lost our entire batch of goods. But even then, you can't just stop the whole operation. Salaries and rent still have to be paid. Basically, we need to develop new collections, and the development itself also costs a certain amount of money. Out of these 109 million, about 79 million are debts that can be attributed to previous periods. 30 million are borrowed funds, which we use to purchase goods. And if you look at the balance now, the amount of goods we've purchased is 27 million rubles. So that almost matches the 30 million we have in loans. So we can say that if it weren't for the debts from previous periods, the amount we owe to the banks is equal to the amount of money we have tied up in goods. So I think it's not that. Actually, the situation is critical in the sense that we need to keep working. But we have new collections coming in, and it's precisely for these new collections that we don't have enough funds. So, hello everyone, colleagues, why are you all so quiet in your responses? Elena, everyone is working?
Hi.
Hi, oh, what kind of t-shirt are you wearing today? That's interesting. What is it? What is that? Did you make it yourself? Where did you get it?
There was a video. We were giving away cosmetics for hugs. All sorts of things, yeah.
When the numbers in the reports don't add up, you want to control at least something. At least your extra weight.
Hi everyone, the guys have taken away our new device. Yulia Alexandrovna promised that she would go on a diet together with all the employees of Latte Beauty. We will all weigh ourselves and we'll keep statistics in fat secret. and I will check all of this, and if necessary, punish people.
That's every girl's dream. I'll show you now how it works. It's dirty, it needs to be washed, so I'm doing this quickly. So we choose the number of minutes and the intensity. I like it when it's more powerful. So I sit down like this. And that's it, everything gets massaged, everything gets reduced. So I suggest signing up for the queue, Dennis. Me,
Should I be first in line?
if you want to.
Go ahead. No, we still have work to do.
I brought the exercise machine for the treadmill. I brought the lymphatic drainage massager. Well, let's stick to these for now. Let's get started. I think we'll be losing weight and telling you about our results. I haven't started yet, but I'll definitely start this week. We'll keep you updated. Ksyusha, Sasha, Ariana, Marina, come over here. Come here.
No, I really don't think so.
Try it, it's really nice. First of all, you instantly lose 5 centimeters, for sure, in circumference.
Oh, it kind of hurts. It's starting already.
It's just water. You've accumulated it, it's lymph, that's why this is a lymphatic drainage trainer. That's exactly
what you need.
Yes. It's instead of a massage.
Interesting. It's a pretty intense massage. Yeah, I actually like it.
You like it, right? For example, I know how to massage everything with it, but some things are better not to do on camera. But let's at least start with the butt. Anyway, I don't know, Dennis caught me here. I was eating croissants, right, Denny?
Good for you.
There are just some really delicious croissants with custard and chocolate downstairs. I bought 4, ate 3, and gave 1 to Dennis or someone else. Friends now, so that, look, we can eat and lose weight. I've prepared a menu for you.
Yeah, that's a problem. We eat sweets. I eat to cope.
All the stress.
Stress, yeah.
I love to eat, but now I do it within my calorie limit, my 3,000 calories.
I eat 3,000 calories in 3 days.
All right, colleagues, seriously now, let's start losing weight. I need your support. Our competitors are probably already watching us.
You understand, Pop 8 is way too expensive.
Maybe we should buy food at the wholesale market, I don't know. Maybe we can take turns cooking.
Well, I'm already using some of them, but here, of course. And it's amazing how much money it will cost. Actually, I eat a lot of it, I just don't like it. Buildings and restrictions. I don't want to lose anything. I'm really confused about Saturday dinner because it says here dinner you can have everything except dessert. You know, I don't know how to live without dessert. Honestly, I would just say, dinner was bravo, but I don't have dinner.
And doesn't Friday dinner bother you, where we're supposed to lock in healthy glow before the weekend? And what kind of product is this healthy glow? Well, I don't agree.
Well, I agree.
I'm a little surprised by the anti-aging banana, it's a bit strange.
I think I've managed to create a team that they don't see work as just an obligation, something they have to do for money, but they're genuinely engaged and interested. I never insist that anyone stays late. On the contrary, on Fridays at 7 p.m., I myself say, get up quickly, let's all go home, that's enough, you can't finish all the work. I myself worked a lot on weekends. I actually started my career in television. I've been working since I was 19. I worked very hard. I literally spent days and nights at Ostankino. And accordingly, I no longer want anyone to go through the same level of stress and discomfort that I, for example, experienced. Still, I think not everyone does. Not all managers know how to maintain a friendly atmosphere within the team while also keeping it productive. You can have a good relationship and a working relationship if it's all based on one single quality, one single condition. That's all. Respect. Schnelli, how are we doing? How are our sales?
Well,
any 10% gain since last week? Yes.
yes, of course.
Friends, you have to see this. It's really beautiful. Xenia, thank you so much. It seems like a designer can just whip something up in no time. No, it's nothing like that. Xenia has already been working for almost a week to capture the beauty of our eyeshadows. I'm pretty good at reading people and I can immediately tell whether I could work with someone or not. You know, I sometimes think about it this way. Would I sit down next to this person and have lunch? If yes, then I could work with them too. But if I can't even eat with them, what am I going to do with them? Spend 8 to 9 hours together? By the way, friends, take a look at how organized Alexander is. You haven't seen it in a while. Look, the lip glosses are lined up, the pencils, everything is in its place. These are tints, these are lipsticks. No chaos at all, everything is arranged in a row. A truly exemplary table. And in general, order on the table means order in the mind. Look at what Alexander's workspace looks like. This is how designers work at Latte Beauty. So, it turns out that we're good people and good people come to us too. I think it's true what they say. Birds of a feather flock together.
Hi everyone, my name is Gleb, I'm 20 years old. I work in declaration and certification. Production operations, basically everything to make sure the cosmetics match their ingredients and are produced on time. I like this profession because every day I can feel like someone new. Today I'm a chemist and a physicist because I need to figure out the formulas. And I dig in and read, why is this, what is it, how does it work and how does it combine? Tomorrow I'm a lawyer, I'm reading contracts and drafting them, and the day after tomorrow I'm a marketer. Of course, maybe someone would call that a downside, but I find it so interesting. In these boxes, in this cabinet, I need to find a single piece of paper. I would really love to sort all of this out. Yesterday, one of the certification centers wrote a single phrase. We need the founding documents. That's it. And they don't reply. Basically, that's what my job looks like for the most part. I have done a great deal of difficult physical labor throughout my entire life. I truly would not trade that hard work for anything else in the world, quite honestly. I worked as a packer in a warehouse, as an order picker in a warehouse, just as a warehouse worker. That was so-called fulfillment. There I managed to seriously hurt my back. Then for a short period of time, I worked as a bike courier at Yandex. It's incredibly hard work. I don't know, am I allowed to say this? Guys who are bike couriers, you're real men. Honestly, I think only fools get bored. I like that here I handle things myself. There's no one above me. They just give me a goal and I accomplish it.
Let's start with the fact that Gleb, first of all, wrote a book when he was 14, and I read it. The book is interesting, so Gleb isn't as simple a guy as you might think, right? I
have been doing tarot card readings for a long time.
Can we expect to get a loan anytime soon?
Can Latte Beauty reasonably anticipate the possibility of receiving a loan in the relatively near future?
Yes.
It's a kind of communication with the other world. So, this is the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands. It's precisely in moments of anxiety, when the future is most uncertain, that the cards can help clarify what's ahead, interpret the present, or explain the past. Accordingly, the 10 of Pentacles usually represents financial well-being and protection, specifically in terms of finances. But the 10 of Wands is usually a path of development, a journey, some kind of work, certain difficulties along the way, in this particular case related to the loan. If Pentacles are not present, then money can't even be discussed. But
Pentacles?
yes, the 10 of Pentacles is a good card. That's it.
So it's not that reliable anymore.
Even 1 out of 1,000 readings can help people get out of depression. To feel that they really can, that a bright streak is ahead, that's wonderful.
But if Gleb is sure, let's do a reading. Will Latte Beauty surpass its closest competitors?
Accordingly, Mixit, Influence Beauty, Love Generation, and Tellmi. Of course, at some point you'll probably have to use force, but again, I think I refer to the other 2 cards. Diplomacy. That is, victory is possible through diplomatic cooperation with them. They have already become too integrated into the market and are now a part of it.
Friends, if you know, Mixit company, tell people that we exist. Maybe through the SMM department we can somehow collaborate. In general, we exist too, and the cards say that we should be friends with you.
There are 3 cards here, 2 of them are positive and 1 is mixed. The 10 of Pentacles means financial stability. The King of Cups represents abundance, it means being well off. And then there's the Hanged Man card. It has an absolutely neutral meaning. Either it means that the situation is being resolved right now, or it means that the situation won't be resolved at all. So we might not be able to beat them, but for example, we could end up in the same position as they are.
In general, there's a chance that we might even slightly surpass the influencer beauty segment, I think.
We'll leave this company for now. For some reason, it will be the last one we face directly. And by then, we'll be at a level where money and market share won't matter as much to us. What is ultimately going to matter even more is the level of personal attention and the high quality of service our customers receive.
I think our competitors are seriously underestimating us because what's happening now is a real redistribution of the beauty industry, the beauty market. They all think we're just making bad reels videos.
Last week, some strange negative reviews started to appear. The team is convinced it's the work of competitors.
I noticed that people leave negative reviews and refuse the product. Don't you think this could be some kind of scheme by competitors?
When a customer orders a product, the first thing they look at is the negative feedback. If the first review is negative, that's it, they move on to another product. Many competitors order products from other competitors and leave negative reviews. That's 100%.
They're all like that, you know, it's always the same story. There's nothing special about it. You can buy the same product for less. On Wildberries, only 2 people sell glosses, pencils, and the gloss itself. It's a unique product like that. I can't say 100%, but I suspect it, and maybe I'm wrong.
I wonder which brand will win the battle. Let's turn to the supernatural forces again.
9 of Cups, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords. I would say this, they'll be fighting for a long time, keeping silent. I'd say acting a bit flirtatiously to some extent. But at the same time, they can also sting.
We won't hinder.
We'll keep developing further. In our own environment, with our own audience, people will love us because we are who we are. As for them, of course, their audience, which is already loyal to them, will stay with them and they will certainly consider themselves the winners. But I would say that this particular brand battle will end in a draw.
So, at the very least, we haven't lost. So if anyone from the Tellmi company is watching us, or if, for example, you're fans of their glitter pencils, write to us in the comments. We'll conduct the testing openly. Honestly, and may the best one win.
Amid debts, refusals, and struggles, Yulia remembers everything. Even what was promised a month ago, the promise to transform the office.
Remember, I said that we would still hire professionals to do the painting? I promised the girls that we would have a very cozy office. Lena is a strong woman, a beautiful woman. I've probably known Lenochka for about 5 years now. What do you love about your profession?
I had to work, but now I love it because I know how to do it.
The fate of many women? It's all about working a lot, and in general it's quite hard work, but Lena manages it. At first she was forced to do it, but now she's kind of grown to love the profession.
And how could we do without a system administrator? Without him here, it's like being without hands. Meanwhile, improvements are underway. Yulia decides to give her team a little surprise.
Instead of our lip glosses, we were given someone else's hair dryers.
Apparently it was just a mix-up on the part of the pickup point or Wildberries, I don't know. They got something confused and decided to give them to us as a gift. We
decided to give them away inside the office, right?
I think so, yes.
Gifts to the studio. No questions at all.
Even bad days can be turned into bright and pleasant ones. As long as you have the desire. Well, we'll be waiting for next week and keeping an eye on the real life of the beauty brand.
I'm completing an SMM task. It's already evening. I've replied to all the messages. My phone is full of all sorts of questions. And now, just as everyone is about to leave, I'll be left alone in the empty office. And I'll be sorting through all the documents.
The next episode, Latte Beauty is being sued.
You're scaring us with all these pre-trial stories, so we'll have to defend ourselves too?
Searching for the perfect scent for the new collection. And why is Alan making such a provocative video? Isn't this a bit much for the beauty industry?
There's been a struggle with Alan for what, maybe 3 months now? With him, every time he has a girlfriend, it's like it just bursts at the seams.
Join us. It's going to be interesting.